Welcome to this explainer. Okay, be honest with me for a second. Did you know the average student actually spends way more time just trying to organize their study materials than they do actually learning them? It's wild. But imagine if you had a personal tutor, a dedicated research assistant, a professional writing coach, a meticulous study planner, and even a coding assistant, all just sitting right there on your laptop. I know it sounds a bit like science fiction, right? But that is exactly what the landscape of 2026 offers to students today. We're looking at a completely, fundamentally transformed academic environment.
Look at this lineup: a personal tutor, a research assistant, a writing coach, a study planner, and a coding assistant. This is your potential AI dream team. And honestly, having access to all of these functions literally right at your fingertips is incredible. But let's face facts here. Testing out thousands of random AI tools online is really just the newest form of procrastination. It is so incredibly easy to get bogged down, just jumping between shiny new software instead of actually sitting down and studying.
So that naturally brings us to the absolute most important question we can ask. Which AI tools are actually worth using? Okay, let's dive into this. Today we are cutting through all that noise. We've curated a highly focused top 10 countdown, and it's designed specifically to help you study smarter, save hours of time, and just become radically more productive. Oh, and definitely stick around for our number one pick, because it completely flips traditional studying right on its head.
Act 1. Everyday Productivity Essentials.
Starting us off at number 10 is Canva AI. Look, if you've ever lost, say, 3 hours tweaking the font size on a presentation, you know exactly how time-consuming design can be. Canva's AI features instantly generate ideas and drastically speed up that creative process for your slides, study diagrams, and project visuals. But here is the golden rule. Use AI as a starting point. Let it do the heavy lifting of figuring out that initial layout, but always go in and edit it, verify the information, and add your own unique voice to make it truly yours.
Moving right along to number 9. Once your visuals are looking sharp, you need the words to match. Enter Grammarly. Think of it as your second set of eyes. It identifies issues with grammar, spelling, clarity, and your overall writing style. I'm telling you, it is an absolute lifesaver for drafting emails, polishing essays, or sending off applications. But the absolutely crucial point here is this. A writing assistant should improve your writing, not completely replace your thinking. Use it to catch those silly mistakes and learn from its suggestions, for sure. But always, always ensure the final piece sounds like you.
Coming in hot at number 8 is Notion AI. We all know that feeling of absolute panic, trying to decipher scattered, messy lecture notes the night before a big exam. Notion fixes that by bringing all those separate elements, your classes, your assignments, deadlines, and notes, into one unified, summarized workspace. What's really amazing about its AI is its ability to take a massive, rambling lecture transcript and instantly summarize it into neat, organized key points. The ultimate goal here isn't to let the AI do the studying for you, it's to stop wasting your precious time organizing your life so you can spend it actually learning the material.
Number 7 is a huge one for the developers out there: GitHub Copilot. Programming involves a ton of repetitive work, right? And Copilot brilliantly suggests code to help you work through those tedious tasks. But listen to me, there is a massive, massive difference between actually learning to program and just becoming a copy-paste robot. Copilot is fantastic if you want to understand why an error is happening or to see different ways to approach a logic problem. However, do not blindly copy AI-generated code. You absolutely must ask why the code works, test it yourself, and modify it. If you don't understand what you're building, you aren't really learning.
All right, coming in at number 6 is Quizlet. If you were prepping for a test, just rereading the same textbook chapter over and over again is actually a terrible use of your time. Quizlet solves this by forcing you into what psychologists call an active recall loop. You turn information into questions, you test yourself, and then you identify your blind spots. This kind of active engagement makes your study sessions vastly more productive than just passively skimming a page.
Act 2. Deep Learning and Research. All right, time to step up to the heavy hitters. At number 5 is Google Gemini. I want you to think of Gemini as your ultra-versatile assistant for tackling really difficult concepts. Say you're struggling with some complex science topic. Don't just ask the AI to give you the answer. Instead, try giving it this exact prompt. Explain this concept like I'm a beginner, then give me 5 practice questions. This is exactly how you transform an AI from just a basic search engine into a dedicated learning assistant that actually tests your comprehension. Coming in at number 4, we have ChatGPT. It's obviously phenomenal for brainstorming, creating study plans, and getting writing feedback. But its absolute best use case? Acting as your personal tutor.
Let's say you're studying economics. Instead of asking for a quick summary, try this brilliant approach. Don't give me the answer immediately, ask me questions and help me figure it out. By forcing the AI to walk you through the logic step by step, you are facilitating actual deep learning. It's a total game changer.
Down to number 3, and it is Claude. Claude is an absolute powerhouse when you are dealing with very long documents, deep analysis, and super complex problems. You can literally feed it a giant stack of your own messy study notes and ask, turn these notes into a revision guide with key concepts and practice questions. And boom, it instantly structures all that chaos into a clean, usable study guide. Just a quick reminder though, AI can and will hallucinate occasionally, so always double-check important facts against your original course materials. Okay, at number 2, we have Perplexity. This completely changes the game for research because unlike standard chatbots, it actually shows its work. If you're researching, say, how artificial intelligence is changing the job market, Perplexity doesn't just hand you a summarized block of text and say, trust me. No, it allows you to discover information, explore the specific sources, and read them yourself. This turns AI into a highly reliable research assistant rather than just a lazy shortcut.
And finally, drumroll please, our #1 pick for students in 2026, Google NotebookLM. What absolutely amazed me about this tool is that it operates in a closed loop. It entirely restricts the AI to only use your own provided source material. You just upload your specific lecture notes, your PDFs, your research papers, no wild hallucinations, just your own notes acting as the absolute foundation. You can ask it things like, what are the 5 most important concepts I need to understand for the specific exam based on these notes? It is, without a doubt, the ultimate personalized study companion.
Building your AI toolkit. Okay, take a breath. We've gone through all 10 tools, but I want to reassure you right now, you do not need to use all 10 of these applications. Please don't try. The real secret here is matching the specific task to the right tool. Doing deep research? Go to Perplexity. Tackling incredibly long documents? That's Claude. Studying strictly from your own course materials? NotebookLM. Need some coding help? Copilot. And for overall organization, you hit up Notion AI. Take a mental snapshot of your specific needs and only use the software that solves that actual problem. This is how you keep your workflow clean and focused.
The golden rule. Look, AI is not going away, but the smartest student in the room isn't the one who uses the most AI. It's really tempting to use these tools just to finish your work quickly, right? Racing to the finish line by having software write your essays or answer all your homework questions. Sure, you'd finish fast, but you wouldn't actually learn a single thing. Faster isn't always better. The real goal is to use AI like a gym for your brain. Use it to understand concepts, to practice, to research, and to fundamentally improve. Never use these tools simply to avoid doing the hard work of learning.
By focusing on the right tools for the right tasks, you really can completely transform your academic career. So looking at this whole 2026 toolkit, which of these AI tools are you actually most excited to try out first? Take what you've learned here, build your own personalized stack, and start studying smarter. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer.